sometime in your life you will be affected by cancer. This may be in the past, this may be currently, or this may be in the future. It could be your family, it could be your friends, it could be yourself, it could be friends of friends, or even long-distance relatives. For me, it started with my grandpa when he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He fought way harder than the doctors expected, and he lived way past what they said, but he passed away in 2007. I also have a long-distance relative, her name was Duck, and she was the longest living breast cancer survivor in Oregon. And my mom's cousin Christy, who was her best friend growing up, she was diagnosed with a rare skin disease and passed away within weeks. So some people have so much time, and some people have little. But the person who most impacted my life was my dad. It started 4 years ago when I was in 8th grade at Desert Hills and my brother was in 6th. In September of 2014, he started getting sick. We didn't know what it was. It could have been food poisoning or a liver injury, who knows. But on October 23rd, 2014, doctors found a tumor in my dad's ampulla of the tar, which is a tiny spot in your digestive system. And on October 25th, 2014, he was diagnosed with ampullary cancer, a very rare cancer that's similar to pancreatic cancer. And at the time, we were told that they had caught it early and everything would be okay. On December 23rd, almost 2 months after he was diagnosed with cancer, he had his major removal surgery. This was pushed back due to a problem in his tumor that made it go longer, but this surgery was 9 hours long. It was the longest day. But mind you, this was December 23rd. So while my parents were in Seattle dealing with my dad's surgery, my brother and I were home alone for our first Christmas with our grandma, but without our parents. From January to September in 2015, my dad went through so many rounds of chemo, but it all ended with an okay. They said his blood tests were okay, his tumor work was okay, and his CT scan was okay. So we kept on, and he did chemo radiation to ensure that everything would be okay, that he would keep fighting and that this cancer would go away. In October of 2015, he was still in a lot of pain, and he never felt well again. It was back to the doctors with more appointments and questions and concern. So many trips to Seattle. And in November 2014, at the time I didn't know, but my mom knew, because I was in denial, but I had my last Thanksgiving with my dad. He wasn't feeling well, but he pushed through and he was there for us. At the end of November, he was life-flighted from Cadillac to Virginia Mason due to a blockage in his intestines. He needed tubes in his stomach for both drainage and nutrition. If you knew my dad, you knew how much he loved food and cooking and new experiences. So for him to have these tubes in his stomach, it was the worst thing for me to realize, that my dad could never eat again. My parents were both in Virginia Mason for 2 weeks. And on December 1st, 2015, he was told he was terminal. Now my mom's the sleuth of our family, and of course she found out way before, because she knows these things. She knows everything that goes on. But my dad's strong will told her I would make it to their 20th, because at the end of December, they had their 19th anniversary. He told my mom he wanted to teach me how to cook more. And he told my mom he wanted to teach the hard thing at the garage. My dad's strong will made plans for the future. Right after my 15th birthday, my dad was back in the hospital. On January 1st, 2016, my mom decided to move my dad to hospice. He spent his last week in hospice care and passed away on Friday. He passed away on Friday, January 8th, 2016, 3 weeks after my birthday, and just 2 weeks after my parents' anniversary. If you get anything from what I said, cancer affects all of our lives, and sometimes we never expect it. Please always tell your loved ones how much you care about them. Up next is my friend Alex Coronado,